The clock of our planet is ticking, not in centuries, but in decades, as Earth strains under rising temperatures, collapsing ecosystems, and oceans that creep higher with every passing year. For most of human history, this blue world was our sanctuary, our cradle among the stars. But what happens when the cradle begins to crack? Imagine standing on a shoreline where the waves never stop advancing, or in a city where the air grows hotter and thinner with every summer. These are not distant nightmares. They are the edges of a future already unfolding. And so we ask a question that was once confined to science fiction. Can humanity find safe worlds beyond Earth before our home becomes uninhabitable? The search spans star systems light years away, probing alien skies for the faint chemical fingerprints of life. It pushes the limits of telescopes and the imagination of explorers. Each discovery is both a beacon of hope and a reminder of what we stand to lose. Join us as we journey through the cosmos in search of new sanctuaries and confront the profound question of whether survival lies in the stars or within the choices we make here on Earth. Beneath the fragile blue veil of our atmosphere, life has thrived for billions of years. Forests breathed for us, oceans cooled us, and the sky sheltered us from the silence of space. But every sanctuary has its limits. Already the balance is shifting. Heat creeps upward, seas rise, storms gain strength, and ecosystems unravel before our eyes. The question once whispered by dreamers now presses upon us with urgency. If Earth falters, where will humanity turn? The stars above, long regarded as distant and untouchable, suddenly appear less like ornaments of night and more like lifeboats scattered across an infinite sea. Yet each is impossibly far, separated by gulfs of darkness that even light takes ages to cross. Could there be safe harbors among them? Worlds where rivers still run, where air can be breathed, where life might begin again? Or is the universe vast only in its indifference, offering beauty but no refuge? We stand at the edge of a paradox. To search for new worlds is to admit the peril of our own. But to ignore that search is to risk silence, a future where the last story of humanity ends on a dying Earth. And so we lift our gaze outward, asking the cosmos a question that will decide more than our survival. It will define our destiny. Across the canvas of the night sky, billions of stars burn with quiet persistence. Each one could be a sun, each one a potential cradle for new worlds. Yet when we look closer, the truth is sobering. Most planets are too hostile, too barren, too strange for life as we know it. Some are scorched deserts locked in eternal daylight, others frozen wastelands where even starlight struggles to reach. The habitable zone, the narrow band where liquid water can exist, is a rare thread, and within it, life is still no guarantee. Still, our instruments grow sharper, telescopes orbit high above Earth, peering deeper than human eyes could ever dream. They scan alien skies for faint dips in starlight, the subtle signature of a planet crossing its sun. They break down light into spectra, searching for the whispers of oxygen, carbon, or water vapor hidden in the glow of distant atmospheres. Every new detection is a clue, a fragment of a puzzle that stretches across light years. And yet, behind every promising signal lies an unsettling truth. The nearest safe world may not be close at all. It may lie farther than any voyage could reach within a single lifetime. The question grows sharper. Are we seeking refuge among the stars, or simply proof that refuge exists at all? The forces that shape these distant worlds are ancient and relentless. Gravity sculpts them, pulling dust and gas into spheres. Stars breathe life into their skies, bathing them in warmth or burning them into ash. Magnetic fields rise like invisible shields, guarding atmospheres from the fury of solar winds. Without these hidden defenses, even the most Earth-like world becomes a husk, stripped of air, stripped of hope. On Earth, these forces once aligned in delicate harmony. Our magnetic field protects us from cosmic radiation. Our tilted axis paints seasons across the globe. Even the moon, a silent companion, steadies our climate with its pull. These mechanics are silent architects, shaping the difference between a world of oceans and forests or one of desolation. To find another sanctuary, we must look not only for planets that exist, but for planets where these invisible guardians hold. For it is not only distance from a star that decides habitability, but the unseen laws working tirelessly beneath the surface. Without them, paradise is an illusion. Among the planets we have glimpsed, some defy imagination. Gas giants many times larger than Jupiter, swirling with storms that could swallow Earth whole. Super-Earths, rocky worlds heavier and denser than our own, where gravity would press down with crushing weight. And rogue planets, adrift in eternal darkness, severed from their stars, yet still carrying the faint warmth of ancient cores. But it is the rare few, the ones within the slender ribbon of habitability, that ignite our deepest wonder. Kepler 452b, sometimes called Earth's cousin, circles a star not unlike our Sun. TRAPPIST. One hosts a family of worlds, several within that precious zone where water could flow. These names are whispered like promises, tokens of possibility. Yet each one reminds us of the scale of our challenge. They lie tens, hundreds, even thousands of light years away. So far that even light, the swiftest traveler in the cosmos, takes centuries to arrive. The closer we look, the clearer the paradox becomes. Safe worlds may exist, but they are scattered like rare jewels in an ocean of stone. To reach them is not merely exploration. It is an act of defiance against distance itself. For centuries, the idea of other worlds lived only in myth and speculation. Ancient philosophers wondered if countless Earths circled the stars, unseen but real. In the Renaissance, as telescopes first pierced the heavens, astronomers dared to imagine them. Yet it was only in our own time that science gave proof. The first confirmed exoplanet was announced in 1992, orbiting a pulsar, a dead star, radiating lethal beams of radiation. A place utterly inhospitable, and yet it shattered the silence. Planets beyond our solar system truly exist. From that moment, discovery accelerated. The Kepler mission revealed thousands of candidates, transforming the night sky into a map of potential homes. Each star became more than a point of light. It became a question. Could there be an ocean beneath that glow? A forest? A sky where another intelligence looks up and wonders as we do? These discoveries were not just scientific milestones. They reshaped how we see ourselves, fragile beings bound to one world, but surrounded by endless possibilities. And with each new planet cataloged, the urgency deepens. Because the stars may hold promise, but time on Earth grows short. Even as our telescopes uncover distant shores, Earth itself sends warnings we can no longer ignore. Glaciers retreat into memory, seas rise with unstoppable momentum, and storms swell with unheard of power. The very systems that cradle life are unraveling. What once seemed eternal, a stable climate, fertile lands, a reliable rhythm of seasons, is shifting beneath our feet. For the first time in history, humanity faces the possibility of its birthplace turning against it. Not tomorrow, not in some distant epoch, but within the span of generations already alive today. The irony is sharp. Just as we discover other worlds, our own begins to slip from our grasp. The question is no longer whether we can imagine living elsewhere. It is whether we can afford not to. This urgency reframes our search. No longer a matter of wonder alone, it becomes survival. We are not merely explorers of the cosmos. We may become its refugees, and the stars that once inspired poetry now carry the weight of a lifeboat's promise. But the path to those lifeboats is anything but simple. Even the closest star system, Alpha Centauri, lies more than 4 light-years away. To reach it with today's spacecraft would take tens of thousands of years, longer than the span of recorded human history. Our fastest machines crawl against the vastness of space. Rockets ignite with fury, yet sputter like candles against the cosmic wind. And so, new visions are born. Concepts of light sails, driven by powerful lasers, to propel wafer-thin ships at a fraction of light speed. Ideas of fusion engines, harnessing the same fire that burns within the stars. Even generation ships, vast vessels where entire societies could live and die en route to a new world. Each is bold, each is daunting, each is only theory for now. The enormity of the challenge does not diminish the need of survival demands crossing these gulfs. Then we must learn to tame distances as once we tamed fire and stone. For the cosmos does not bend to our urgency. It waits, vast and indifferent, daring us to find a way across. And yet, there is another layer to this quest, one that cuts deeper than technology. For even if we build the ships, even if we find the worlds, we must ask what it means to carry Earth with us. Which seeds will we choose to plant in alien soil? Which languages, which memories, which fragments of our fragile culture will survive the journey? To escape is not only a test of engineering, it is a test of identity. History warns us how easily civilizations forget. Cities have crumbled, knowledge has vanished, entire peoples have faded into silence. If we set sail for the stars, will we bring with us the best of what humanity has been? Or will survival strip us down to something unrecognizable, shadows of the species that once called Earth home? The search for safe worlds is not only about finding new ground, it is about deciding what kind of humanity will stand upon it. And in that choice lies a challenge greater than distance itself. Push the thought forward, and the scale grows overwhelming. Imagine an Earth long abandoned, its cities reclaimed by forests, its monuments crumbling into dust, its skies free of human voices. Somewhere across the void, our descendants awaken beneath alien suns, their history a distant echo carried in stories, in artifacts, in fragile memory. Would they still call themselves children of Earth, or would that name fade into myth? The cosmos is patient. Stars are born, flare and die in the time it takes us to learn a single lesson. We, by contrast, are fragile sparks, burning quickly, always at risk of being extinguished. To survive, we must race against both nature and ourselves. But even survival poses a haunting question. Is it enough merely to endure? Or must we also remain true to what we are? In searching for safe worlds, we are not just looking outward. We are holding up a mirror to our species, asking whether we deserve to carry life beyond this planet. And if we do, what story will we write upon the canvas of the stars? Perhaps in the far future, a ship will descend through the clouds of a new world. Its surface glistens with oceans, its air rich enough to breathe. The first steps will press into soil that has never known human touch, and a new chapter will begin beneath unfamiliar constellations. Yet even in that moment of triumph, Earth will linger within us, a ghost carried in every memory, every word, every breath shaped by its cradle. The search for safe worlds is not merely about escape. It is about continuity, about refusing to let billions of years of evolution end with silence, about daring to believe that our story, fragile though it may be, can stretch beyond the boundaries of one planet. For in the darkness between stars, survival itself becomes an act of defiance, a declaration that we will not vanish quietly. And so we search, not just for refuge, but for meaning, not just for safety, but for a place where the human spirit can endure. Whether we find it among the stars or preserve it here at home, the choice will echo through eternity.